Hi everybody. I think we're live. I'm doing this from Instagram on my phone, Facebook on my laptop. So I hope this works out. And no guarantee that there won't be a little kitty cat coming in to interrupt us at some time. Most likely she will. But anyway, so glad to be able to connect all with you here online. I hope you're all doing well. I know it's been crazy times, so I just thought the least we could do is come together virtually and do a practice and allow me to guide you through a practice. So we'll do some yin, aiming for about 60 to 75 minutes. I don't have a timer on me per se, so don't hold me to exact time frames of postures as well as that 60 to 75 minutes. I'll try to make it definitely not going over 75 minutes. But anyway, hopefully you have all your props. I've got a wall, bolster, blocks. I don't have a strap, but I don't think we'll need that. You can grab it if you need to, and a blanket. So have everything you need, and we will begin seated. And I hope you can all hear me, by the way. I'm so low tech. So anyway, we'll just see how this goes. Okay. Anyway, take a seat. Get cozy. Use your hands to roll your tush out from underneath you. Finding that true base of the pelvis to anchor you down into the earth so you can rise and grow up through your central channel all the way at the top of your head. And especially in times of unknown, times where we might feel fearful, it's really important to find that root energy and to just really feel your body connected to the earth and really feel like you're safe at home in your body. So once you find that plug of the root into the earth, inhale, shrug your shoulders to your ears, and exhale, roll them down your back body. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And then whenever you feel ready, you can gaze down to a point, you can close your eyes. You can start to let go of all those outer distractions, including my cat meowing. And just be here with your breath. Be here with all the thoughts, with all the feelings that are coming up, falling down, swirling around. Come into your steady center. Deep inhales, feel your body expand, bottom, middle, top. And with the exhale, feel your body contract, top, middle, bottom. And having found your center, focus on breathing into your circumference. So those 3-dimensional breaths. Go ahead and place your left hand on your heart and your right hand on your belly so you can get a little bit more tactile data about your breath, your body connection. To know that in this moment, you are safe here in your body. You are connected to the earth. And even in your quarantine, you are connected to everybody else, to me, to everybody who's watching, and to all those that can benefit from the ripple effect of us all practicing together, even in our own spaces through a virtual medium. And as you move through this practice with me this afternoon, may you stay connected to your breath. Use it as an anchor to the present moment. Use it as a way to channel the life force, the chi energy through your whole body, physical and energetic. And any intention that you'd like to set right now, any person whom you'd like to hold in your vision in the highest health and protection, do that right now. And can we all be collectively grateful to have this time and space right now to practice, to mediate fear with love and consciousness, to come out of the ego and into collective awareness. And we can all respond rather than react. And we can all be there for each other versus just thinking about our own selves. And any other intention that you have that you want to set forth. Last couple deep breaths here. And I do want to send a special shout out actually to all of my peeps in Europe over there. Family and friends, you know who you are. I'm just thinking about you so much. Love you so much. And all of you that are tuned in, thank you so much. Love you so much. Shall we get started? All right. Take your hands down to your sides. Inhale, sweep your right arm up and take it over to the left. Ground and anchor down into your right hip. Keep your chest broad, your head between your shoulders. And then with your inhale, rise up. Exhale, over to the other side, staying anchored in your left hip. Revolve your right chest a bit up. Breathe into the side of the lung. Inhale through center. Exhale back over to your right. And from here, swoop down and forward, contracting your spine, as you come around over to the other side and then back through the center over to your original side. So you can exhale through that semicircle. Inhale, lateral stretch. Exhale. Inhale. Just a few more times on your own. Keep the base of the pelvis rooted. You can really tap into that full mobility of your spine. Inhale, rise and reach both arms up. Exhale, bring your hands down. Make your way to a tabletop posture on all fours. Stacking your bones. Draw your belly in, broaden your collarbones. Inhale, round your back up, finding your cat posture. Exhale, hammock your belly down, lift your tail, lift your crown, cow. Pulse back and forth. It's all guided by your breath. And from the next cat posture, we'll make it a bear posture, rolling the hips, the ribs, the head, like you're carving out the inside of a barrel with your torso. I like to think of this bear posture like a bear scratching its back on a tree. Tree here being on the ceiling. And then reverse the circles in the opposite direction. And come back to a neutral spine. Take a full body breath. Okay, from here, you're going to want to have some props available. So again, however I use the props might not be exactly how you want to use them. So just feel free to check in with yourself, play with it, make sure it feels good for your body, and adjust accordingly. So we're going to work into melting heart pose, just exactly as it sounds. Heart melting to the earth while the tail stays nice and high and your hips over your knees. So stretch your arms out long. Lock underneath the sternum. So you've got something to rest into rather than hovering off the earth. And then you can bow your forehead to another block or to the mat. And we'll just be here for a couple minutes, opening up the thoracic spine, the heart center, the throat center, the third eye, while staying nice and grounded and rooted through the lower half of the body. So feel your shins and your feet on the mat. And breathe. Just notice when your mind wants to wander. Can you keep continuously bringing it back to the breath, to what you feel in your body, your efforts to let go, soften the muscles, edges of the mind. A few more cycles. Breathing into your circumference. And then very slowly start to bring yourself up and out of melting heart pose. And you'll take yourself from here into a repose. So this is really a nondescript position or asana, but it's anywhere where you can just sort of be in a neutral space for some 8 to 10 breaths or so once you've come out of the long hold of the end posture. So the intention is that you just come back to that steady center, back to your breath, wherever it is you choose to be, here in a seat or child's pose, lying on your back, lying on your belly. It's really up to you. But you listen to the echo of the previous posture. So just tune into its effect within you, without having to go to the counter stretch, without having to go to the opposite end of the spectrum. Can you just be right here, right now? No labels, no judgments, no analyzing. Just be with what is. Remember, you are safe here at home in your body. One more breath. Make your way back to your tabletop posture. So we can play with rolling panda pose. One of my favorite twists, mainly because of the name of the posture. I really hope this is all working still. I'm just gonna go with faith. I think that it is. First, a few times to pulse and then settle in. Inhale, reach your left arm all the way up. Open twist. Exhale, thread the arm under and through and hover your left ear off the mat like you're trying to listen into what the earth wants to tell you. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, thread, hover in a pulse. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, all the way through this time. Take your temple all the way to the earth. And if that's too much strain on the neck, you can put a block underneath or even a blanket. And then you've got quite a few options from here. You can keep your right hand relaxed where it is. You can stretch it forward and then you have more space to revolve your chest and your gaze up toward the ceiling. You can send this right hand to the sacrum or the forearm into an easy
half bind across your lower back. And then other options, if you have the space, extend your right leg back behind the hip or out to the side or anywhere between those two places. So wherever you felt you landed, that you can relax comfortably into the shape of the pose, be there. Working all these yin postures, couple to few minutes. And no need to push any hard edge, no need to seek any deep sensation. Let go of the muscles so your body's connective tissues can receive the stretch, can receive your breath and your focus. And it's just helpful to scan the body from time to time because you'll notice automatically you start to tense up in areas where you like to hold your stress perhaps, or where you like to overwork. So it just takes this constant awareness of dropping back into your body through your breath. Just let yourself know it's safe to let go. It's okay to surrender. It's fine to be soft. It's fine to be rather than do. And that's the yin. We all need a yin to the yang. A few more deep breaths. Very slowly, bring your right hand to frame your face so you can inhale, pick yourself up and out of the twist, come to table, and then find your repose again, wherever you want that to be. It could be an easy release back to child's. You can take a seat, you can lie back, lie prone. Follow your intuition. What do you notice upon coming out? It's like that savoring of the flavor a few moments after you take a bite out of the most delicious dessert. It's the little pause before we begin again. It's the winter before spring. This moment to reflect in a neutral space without having to make any choices, any judgments, just to notice and observe and feel. One more breath. Other side, rolling panda from tabletop. First few rounds to pulse. Inhale, sweep your right arm up, open twist. Exhale, thread it through. Hover your right ear off the earth. Inhale, reach, extend up. Exhale, closing the twist to hover. One more, inhale. Exhale. And lay it down into the earth. Use her support. And then your choice exactly which variation you want to bring this to. It could be the same thing you did on the right. It can be something different. And just remember, like in nature, everything, our bodies are asymmetrical. So it's really normal to need to have some adjustments from side to side. Don't hold yourself to doing the exact same thing. Go with your intuition, go what feels good, and go to the place where you can really just relax with as much comfort and ease as possible. Just remind that bottom arm, bottom side of the neck, jaw, base of the tongue. You can let go. Just feel that openness of your left lung as you breathe. And the flush of the right kidney as you twist. Take another good few deep breaths. Belly, ribs, chest, top, middle, bottom. And take your time to slowly exit out of rolling panda. Left hand frames the face. And you'll rewind it. And then take your repose. And wherever you choose that to be, up to you. And once you feel sufficient there in your repose, make your way back up to all fours. Let's tap into a little bit of yang energy from here to help flush some of the stuff out that we've really worked out from deep in the tissues thus far so they can exit the body and we can create some more space. So downward facing dog. From your tabletop, walk your hands a bit forward, tuck your toes, and lift your hips up and back. And if you're not feeling downward dog today, you can always stay in child's pose or even do the melting heart posture, the puppy pose, with just a little bit more strength activated through your body. So here you can definitely turn on some muscles. Take your dog for a walk. Wag the tail, gaze under one arm then the other. Keep a soft, juicy bend in the knees. So you're really nice and lifted through your tail. Armpits spiraled into the heart center. Ground into the base of your thumbs and index fingers. Now 3 more breaths. And inhale, lift your right leg up and back to find your 3-legged dog. And putting a clock face in your pelvis, keep the outer right hip at 3 and the left hip at 9. And like a plug in a socket through your right hand, bend your right knee and roll your right hip open. So it's off 3, stacking more on top of your left hip. Inhale, come back to your 3-legged dog extension. Exhale, step through to a lunge. Cindy, if you're watching, this one's for you. Dragon pose. So there's many different ways to lunge. At the most simple basic level, you can stay right here. You can add in your blocks under your hands, under your forearms. So maybe you opt to take it on the inside of your front foot. You can also incorporate a bolster underneath your back thigh. Or block stack underneath the front hip. So there are lots of variations. You could even find a variation that I didn't mention that serves you really well this afternoon. So feel free to tap into however you want to work this. You can see some things up with my Instagram live, so I just got to check on that real quick. Facebook, we're doing good. Deep breaths. Sorry, Instagram, I lost you there for a second. We're back. We're in dragon pose. Lunging it out. If that happens again, that I lose a connection at any point, don't go away. I'll try to bring it back. Technology, we love it. So allow your bones to be heavy. Allow that breath to flow. Dragon pose, it always gets a bit fiery, so really important to stay that watery quality of the breath. Keep things cool. And to use your props as boundaries of support. So you can be in a place that you can maintain and not go too far off the edge. Stay soft and receptive. You can really listen and thus nurture yourself. And for those lunar, maternal qualities, yin. And if at any point during the posture you want to shift the expression or the way that you're in it, you're always welcome to make those shifts. Just notice the difference between fidgeting or having to genuinely make a shift in your body so you can be more comfortable. Let's try to avoid fidgeting, which is really just the body reacting to a racy mind. We'll take about another minute here in Dragon. And inhale, start to make your way up to your hands. Bring your right foot in between your hands. Tuck your back toes so you can lift the knee, move any props out of the way. And then we'll combine our next posture with our repose. So step forward so that you're hanging, you're dangling in a standing forward bend. And you'll be feeling a big difference from right to left side. Just honor that, feel that, breathe into that. Let your spine and your head hang out of your pelvis. And feel where your weight wants to land on your feet. Hands up to your blocks, or your forearms can rest there like I am here. You can also take ragdoll, holding opposite elbows. Or you can just take it to the mat or hold the backs of your legs. Couple more deep breaths. And that nice relaxing sensation of having your head below your heart. Nice Venus return of blood to the heart and the brain. And then find some engagement, a bit of yang energy again to help you flush. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen your spine forward. Shift your weight a little more into the balls of your feet. Gaze down. Send your inner thighs back and broaden your collarbones. And then exhale, soften your knees as you forward bend. From your hips. One more time, inhale to half lift. Exhale to forward bend. And then step your right leg back to come into your lunge. Dragon pose, other side. So again, it's really up to you exactly how you want to take it. Incorporate any of your props. I love to put something underneath the back knee and the thigh. I almost always rock this support in this pose. It's also really nice to stack your blocks, give you a little bit of a better view on this side, underneath your left hip, because then you don't have to work so hard
to maintain that lunge in the front leg. So you'll be a little more upright if you're in this variation. If you're down and forward on your hands, your forearms can be a little more bent forward. So notice what feels different on this side. Keep breathing into the tops of the lungs, right into the collarbones. Relax your jaw, your face, the root of your tongue, and that space between your eyebrows, third eye center. A few more deep breaths. Just find that full expression in all sides of your body as you breathe. Same transition to come into dangle posture, standing forward bend. Take your time first to come out of your dragon lunge. And then bring your back foot up. Let it hang. An opportunity to take a different variation if you like here. Another variation you can work is your hands interlaced at the base of the skull, top of the neck. It's kind of like a ball and a mitt. And then you gently pull down. So you're really tractioning your own upper spine. Couple more deep breaths. Two times halfway lift. Inhale, extend your spine. Weight more into the balls of the feet. And exhale to fold. Again, inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. And slowly bend the knees and roll up. One vertebra at a time. Mountain pose. Are we all still here? We all still doing good? Ooh, made good time. All right, party people, we'll just do a couple more postures. Shavasana. And our first yoga live practice will be complete. So when you get a chance, your words of support are much appreciated. Okay, I know you've all been waiting for some hips. So let's get into those hips, those outer hips at least. Dragon gets the frontal hips really nice. So inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, take yourself to a seat. And I will highly recommend from here that you get something to boost your pelvis up. So I'm going to use a blanket folded. You could also sit on your bolster, a little couch pillow you might have. Up to you. Square posture. So this is a seated hip stretch, and there's really a number of ways you can do it. Cross-legged, firelock style, ankle to knee. You can work your shoelace or your cow face variation. Knees stacked. You could even do Siddhasana, your more heel to heel variation with the knees out wide. So I'll let you choose how exactly you want to be in this posture. And it might feel perfectly fine for you to just be seated, more upright, but you can also opt to bend it forward. And it might just be that you come a little bit forward in space. It doesn't have to be too much. You're on your hands, your heart's open, moving forward as well. If you feel like there's room for you to stack a block or two, put it under your forehead and take it further down. And some of you, if you have a bolster, I know lots of people really like this variation. You make a stack with 2 blocks like so to put your bolster on top. So it's kind of like a bridge. And then you can forward fold onto that wider base. So take the time you need to be curious about what's going to work for you, and every day is a bit different. So just be receptive to really listening into what you need right now. And when you get into it, relax those muscles.
Take another few breaths, and you're absolutely welcome to stay here a little longer if you know it's what you need. And just for the sake of time, I'm going to guide us out so we can do a little repose and then find the other side. Harness your center, hold your ground. Just check in with your feelings and know and understand that the feelings are subjective. Feelings are fleeting. Feelings pass, they come and go. While it's important to be connected to and know our feelings, it's also important that we not let ourselves get swept up all the time by our feelings, or to only make decisions based off of our feelings. Feelings come from the hips, come from the low part of the body, the primitive part of the self, ego, fear, worry. These are feelings that we can rise above. When we tune into conscious breath and we hold a steady center. And when we choose to surrender, when we choose to let go, and be with what is, and do our best in those conditions. Other side, square, which is your generic catch-all yin term for seated hip stretch. Opposite leg in front, cross-legged, fire log, cow face and shoelace. Take your time. And then another way that I didn't mention on the first side is if you feel like you're still pretty upright, but you want to have a little bit of a forward bend, you can always use your bolster like this, up tall, and then support yourself that way. Or even bring it into your chest. And just remember that your body is unique to you. So you could even find another way to be in this posture that I didn't mention that serves you. That's perfectly fine.
So again, you're welcome to stay a little longer. Take all the time you need. Start to make your way out of the hip stretch into a repose. Hold steady center. Mediate those fears with love, with a higher perspective, with a sense of universal connection. You're never alone, even when you're self-isolating at home. You're always connected to that greater consciousness, which is also within you, all around you. All right, from here, because I realized I forgot it on the right side, and those of you who are real sticklers about getting both right and left, down dog for the left leg extension, hip roll. Also a nice flush. Any of that stuck energy just uprooted out of your body that you're ready to fully release through your breath. And then release it. So I'm going to guide you through a couple options for a final resting posture. And then I think I'm probably going to just leave you guys in it to take as much time as you need. Seeing as it's 5:05 in live class, I always leave about 10 minutes for last Shavasana and Yin. So I'll give you a few options to set up so you can just rest and fully let go. And then I'll end this live video. And any messages or comments that you want to send me, I would super love to just hear from you, have your feedback, anything at all that you want to share with me would be fantastic. Okay, so to finish, bolster on your mat, underneath your knees, lying on your back. Fantastic way to support the lower back. So here's one option. You can also do this with a blanket rolled up, like a tube. Another option, if you want a little bit more of an open heart. And if you have any pets around, highly likely they're going to come join you in Shavasana. Bolster underneath the spine. Some bodies like to have the bolster edge all the way up to the sacrum. Some bodies like to have a little bit of space. So again, that's really your call and what feels good for you. I like to bring it all the way up. And then lay back. You can be here, you can take a butterfly in your legs, you can even use your blocks there to support you. And if any of you have a wall nearby, feel free to use the wall. One of my favorite props ever. Easiest way to get in is to bring the side of your hip all the way to the wall.
And then swing your legs up as you lie back. And if you feel any restrictions in the backs of your legs or in your lower back, it might be helpful to use a block or a blanket propped underneath the sacrum. It's to give you a little bit of lower spine extension as you rest the weight of your legs into the wall. And you can open it up to a V, you can butterfly there. If you have a strap to use, you can bind around your legs to hold them together. We're in that hips width distance. So wherever you landed yourself, be comfortable. Let go. That's Siggy, by the way. And enjoy your sweet rest. If you can take even just 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, give yourself that luxury. You definitely deserve it. Your nervous system needs it. So I'm going to leave you all here. Just want to thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so grateful. This is going to be the first, I'm sure, of many more live practices to come. So I'm actually pretty excited for the potential of this, and that this situation has helped spur me to move beyond some of my own fears and self-doubts around sharing, what I do on such a wider scale. So we're all growing, we're all learning, we're all evolving together. Love you guys. Enjoy your Shavasana, and I'll see you soon. Namaste.